All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How are we sounding today? Let me refresh this real quick. All right. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, what is going on, everyone? DeAndre Hawk 7 here. What did I just open up? What the heck is going on? Where's OBS? There we go. I didn't mute the thing. That's what happened. Hold on. There we go. I muted it now. All right, what's going on, everyone? DeAndre Hawk 7 here, and we're back with some more Scarlet and Violet battles with viewers. Technically today I was gonna try to do the Comma O raids, but one, I don't feel like EV training any Pokemon because I'm lazy, as you guys know, and two, I didn't do any battle streams yesterday because something came up. So yeah. But yeah, we're back now. It's the usual rules, you know. If you guys want to join, it's !join in the chat. Then when your turn comes up, of course, head to Link Battle in Scarlet and Violet and enter what's it called? The link code, which is pinned in the comments. There's Comma O raids going on. Yeah. 7-star Comma O raid. I think it's I forgot what type it is. I think it's fighting. I'm not 100% sure. I always miss the 7-star raids because they're not really interesting anymore. But yeah, at least in my opinion, they're not really interesting anymore. But yeah, there are Comma O raids. I think they end the usual time, Sunday at midnight. Yeah, they end tomorrow at midnight. But yeah, what's going on, Ghost? What's going on, Overrated? What's going on, Azriel? Welcome, everyone. The new TCG packs in... The new packs in TCG Pocket are so dry. I have not seen them because I keep forgetting I even have a freaking game. So yeah, alright, Ghost wanted to battle first. We doing singles or doubles? That's Link battle. There we go. And I just saw your message, Overrated. No worries. Also, let's change this to live chat. Boom. Hopefully everyone's doing well, though. Oh, the TCG pack is EV based. Then I probably wouldn't care much about it. Probably wouldn't care much about it then. No hate to Eevee, but yeah, you guys already know my opinions on Eevee, so y'all don't need to hear it for the upteenth time. Alright, you said main team. Alrighty. Let's hope your team works in singles. Let's see what you got. We got Sneasler. I still find it funny how out of all the names they just said Sneasler. Alright, okay, so it's a Hisui team. I just realized. We have Sneasler, Hisuian Lilligant, Hisuian Arcanine, Hisuian Samurott, Hisuian Gudra, and Hisuian Zoroark. Best Hisuimon, by the way. They somehow took a badass Pokemon and made it even more badass. Don't know how they did it, but They did it, chat. I thought my switch crashed for a split second. I was like, why did it just turn like dim? This team would definitely be better in doubles, you think, but I don't have one that doesn't have legendary, so you gotta do what you can. Gotcha. Hey, what's going on? Perlina, you changed your name again. But what's going on, Pearly? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Perlina, the Unbound Salmonid. I'm just too lazy to make teams that are for doubles, because you have to, like... Doubles takes too much brain power, and I don't like using my brain. I just like to do, you know what I mean? I just like to do. I have made plans for doubles teams, but then I have to go and catch them, then I have to EV train them or breed them and stuff like that. It's just... It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. And by the time I make doubles teams, champions will probably be out. Finally decided to change the main part of your name, Pearly. Just a little bit, so you went with Perlina. Gotcha. Oh, fire. Interesting. Ow. Okay, Sneasler. I don't know why, I was expecting Hisuian Lilligant, not gonna lie. Oh, Hisuian Zorwart. Okay. Yeah, I was really expecting Hisuian Lilligant, not gonna lie. Or Gudra. To resist the Jet Punch. Since the Jet Punch was pretty obvious. But I need priority right now. It's obvious and risky, but I need priority right now. But Pearly, may I ask, where did Salmonid come from? If you don't mind me asking. Who the hell is Rui Tome? Also, we just reached another milestone, 1,770. Nice. Okay, Victory Dance, that's not good, because it doesn't that boost your speed? I know it boosts your attack. Does it boost your speed too? Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm dead. Thunder Punch is not survive. Oh. If we could burn the Lilligant, that would be great. Salmonid comes from your favorite game mode in Splatoon, aka Salmon Run, in which you fight a species known as salmon is... Oh, gotcha. I always forget Splatoon exists. Not in a bad way, just like... Since I don't play Splatoon all that much, you know, I just don't think about it often. Hey, what's going on, Storm? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Alright, Toxin is really the only Mon that I have that can deal with this guy. Oh, thank God for Unaware, am I right? Thank God for Unaware, am I right? Or am I right? But yeah, I do have an idea for all of my weather teams. It's just I don't want to go through all the trouble. Actually, I'll test them out in Showdown. So I probably might do a Showdown stream next week just to test them out. Time to do some Ogre Alston for fresh start Mochi. Good old Ogre Alston. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought somehow Unaware just, like, prevented the flinch from happening for a split second. I was like, did they buff it overnight or something? Ugh. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. Yeah, my team's kind of screwed here. You have one of the weirdest teams ever. Like, you don't think I can even comprehend how strange your team is? Well, we'll have to see. Ah, man, if only Sneasler did not have Unburden. If only Sneasler did not have Unburden, chat. This sucks. I mean, my Palafin might be able to kill Sneasler, but I'm not too sure with Jet Punch. Oh, acrobatics. I was so sure you were gonna go for like a fighting move. That's why I was just ready to accept my defeat there. Alright, we still have a shot. We still have a shot. Bitcoin. Okay, Arcanine. Risky move, but screw it. Risky move, but screw it. What you about to use? Ah, extreme speed. That's okay. Sucker Punch is gonna kill me. Unfortunately. But you have, what, 2 Mons left? And I'm sure Riptide, if I play my cards correctly, I can Riptide can probably... Yeah, Riptide can do this. Riptide can definitely do this. Never mind. You know what? Jet Punch should be faster than Sucker Punch. You know, like how Quick Attack... Which move was it? There was a move in one of my other battle streams that outsped Jet Punch or Sucker Punch, I mean. But it's just it should work the same for Jet Punch. But GG though. Man, I hope for better customization options in Gen 10. That'd be great. All right, what we doing, Perlina? Hisui and Gudra ain't even do anything. She was just sitting there on the benches. My plan was to try to go for Drain, just spam Drain Punch basically to destroy Hisui and Gudra, but I forgot about Sucker Punch. Single battle? Alright. Which team? Yeah, I've been looking at gameplay of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Bro, that game looks so fun. So main team, okay. King Lemmy, I don't do like trades and stuff like that on stream, but I do have a Discord server that has like a trade channel in it, and you could probably ask around and find people who could help you with your decks, or people in the chat. Hey, what's going on, VGC? Welcome to the stream. Exclamation mark Discord if you're trying to join if you are trying to join the Discord. Alright, so we have Frostlass, Vigoroth, Clawitzer, Hisuian Decidueye, what's his name? Duraludon, and Therian Thundurus. It's not as weird as I thought it was gonna be. It's not really a weird team. And good luck to you too, Perlino. Dude, what were they on when they made this theme, dude? The AI Professor battle theme? Oh my goodness. It's too good. This was probably my favorite Scarlet and Violet game before Indigo Disc dropped. Yuzaha. Alright, let's do this. Frostlass. Why does Frostlass learn well, I guess ghost types just... I guess the Will-o'-the-Wisp is kind of like associated with ghosts, like spirits in general, so I guess it makes sense for even Frostlass to know to move. Still sucks though. They were being coached by Gordon Ramsay to cook this hard right. Like, it has no business being this good, bro. You thought it was very weird? I mean, not really. Should have made my Frostlass timid. That's funny because that's actually the nature I use on my Typhlosion, which is why it outspeeds Pokemon that it sometimes shouldn't be able to outspeed. Or that you wouldn't think it would outspeed. Slacker? The Vigoroth, that's an ironic name. That is a horrendous shiny. I just realized it was shiny. I thought my eyes were just playing tricks on me. No, that's what its shiny looks like. Will-O-Wisp should have a 99% minus 99% chance to paralyze it. That makes no sense though, because it's... I don't think fire paralyzes you. Ah, delicious. What am I saying delicious for? I don't even eat. Well, I guess it's more of a... I guess it's... Well, it's a shrimp, not really a... not a lobster. So, yum. I like shrimp. Not a big fan of lobster. Well, I never had lobster, but I don't think I would like it. I've had crab before. Not the biggest fan. Oh, it's dragon. Okay, I do have things for dragon. I do have coverage for dragon, so we're okay. Offensive coverage, at least. Okay, we both have Life Orb. Did I flinch you? They should have given Clawitzer sunglasses, so it would have been a rock lobster. Poor Flame Boy. I failed you. Well, not really. You actually put in some work. So now Riptide can just come in and finish it off. Even with the burn halving its attack stat. Alright, Clawitzer's down. This triumphant ass music. Well, I'm screwed. I mean, I could switch out, but... Oh, I was not expecting you to just go... Wait, bulk up on Thundurus? Interesting. What? Red card? Oh, come on. Oh, that's even worse. Huzzah! Oh wait, this is actually perfect for me. Since I'm faster. Critical hit? That critical hit was nasty. That critical hit was disrespectful. Because I feel like Thundurus should have lived that. Maybe not like tank it, but you know. At least like be in the red health or something. I love shiny Hisuian Decidueye. I like it when like the regional variants where their shiny is basically just like a callback to their like other counterparts' regular coloration. You're gonna be making $230 soon? Oh really? Kickbox is also a clever name for Hisuian Decidueye. Jesus Christ. Why did that do so much damage? I hate that you have Sucker Punch. I know Sucker Punch is a useful move, but I hate that you have it. That you specifically have it. Dog sitting and mowing a lawn. Gotcha. Well, I mean, those are nice little gigs to like kind of get you started, you know? Although dog sitting is probably going to be a pain in the ass, depending on the dog at least. I'd probably say mowing the lawn is worse. Yeah. Stardust, help me out here. It's Bella again? Oh, okay. I don't know. I never realized how creepy the Decidueye's eyes were. At least the Hisuian ones. Mowing the lawn ain't bad at all because the lady got one of those auto lawn mowers. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if it was one of those ones that you have to like manually do, like you have to manually push, yeah, that would be ass. But yeah, if you have like the auto ones, then yeah, of course. Sky high. That one dog who threw up and shat on the floor during our brawl. Yeah, I remember. And GG Perlina. If X-Boy was here, he would probably said like, "Oh, you only won because you have Terapagos on your team," or something. just a little banter. I'm not trying to diss X-Boy or anything. You did not play your cards right during that battle. Hey, you win some, you lose some, you know? Sky high. More like fly high. What the hell was that laugh I just did, dude? What in God's name was that disgusting laugh that I just did, dude? What in the crusty? What in the Krusty the Clown laugh was that? This person just keeps sending me snaps, dude. I'm like, bro, I don't want to end my stream and then open a bajillion snaps, dude. Like, whatever you gotta say, just say it. Why you gotta send me a million videos, dude? I'm not trying to watch all that. And they only do this whenever I'm streaming, bro, I swear. Oh yeah, I didn't show y'all the controller today. Playing with the Binbot controller here. With the RGBs. Y'all already know. It's more of like a... feels more like an Xbox controller, if I'm being honest. Which is ironic, because I hate Xbox with a dying passion. Only because I hate Microsoft. Like, I will never use a Microsoft operating system. Well... okay, maybe never. I might use like I might use one of those like handheld gaming PCs, but I think I might still just get a Steam Deck because the Steam Deck really is like my cheapest option. No, Bin Bok. No, not Bin Bop. Bin Bok. B-O-K. Freaking bin bop. That bed looks mad cozy. That's just the aesthetic. It's a Chinese company, so. But it's actually a pretty sturdy controller from what, like this thing this thing has heft to it, you know? Alright, VGC, what we doing? Singles or doubles? Sounds like some shitty prize corner arcade prize you'd get for 5,000 tickets. Oh man. Speaking of, dude, I still need to go to the Dave and Buster's that just opened up in my area. Oh my god. Singles bet. I need a sugar mama. Someone who will get me a... I might need to perform some nefarious acts to get that Nintendo Switch 2, not gonna lie. Like, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. We're not bringing this back, Ghost Bunny. We are not bringing this back. I will ignore your messages. I will literally ignore all of your messages for the rest of the stream if we do. Like, I'm sorry, chat, like... No, I'm not sorry. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks fun, dude. Like, I want to play it so bad. I don't even care about Mario Kart World. Just give me Donkey Kong Bonanza. VGC, are you online? Or do you need some time to, like, connect everything? But yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I need it. I don't want it, I need it. That's crazy, Ghost Bunny. You want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, but you hope, and you mean this with a burning passion, you hope that there's something to do with King K. Rool in it. From what I've seen, it doesn't look like King K. Rool is in the game. So, yeah. From what I've seen so far, I haven't seen, like, the full gameplay yet. Man. Like, I want a Steam Deck and I want a Steam Deck OLED and a Switch 2. And honestly, it's about time for me to upgrade too. I've had my Switch since basically the year it came out. What was it, like 2017? You want to send me a video relating to Bonanza? Send it. This is the first Donkey Kong game where my boy King K. Rool ain't there. Well, like I said, I don't know if he is or isn't in the game, so... I've literally just been watching DashEXP play it. The Switch is older than your brother. Older than my niece, definitely. Well, a lot of things are older than my niece. You know, I've never fully played a Donkey Kong game. I mean, I had Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii, and that was it. Currently started replaying that on my little emulation device. Also, which team do you want to battle, VGC? Main team or gym team? Sent it. Alright. Main? Alright. Alright, so Incineroar. Oh god. Calyrex. Well, at least it's the slow one, not the freaking Shadow Rider one. So we have Incineroar, Rillaboom, Ice Rider Calyrex, Ogerpon, Meowscarada, and Porygon Z. At least it's the slow one. Parents who want to be influencers be... That's funny. I can actually see that happening too. At least it's the slow one. Bro, can we have like a quick talk chat about how cringy family channels are though? King K. Rool actually is in the game. Nice. Ouch. It has? That's actually wild. Pretty sure some parents adopt... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which sucks, honestly. Well played. Well, of course I'm not gonna keep Palafin in. Alright, weakness policy... I can handle this, right? Oh, barely. Thank God for unaware. That would have probably one-shot. That would have most definitely one-shot me. But yeah, parents like adopting like people with like kids with autism, you know, with autism and you know other mental illnesses or well, autism isn't really like a mental illness, but you know what I mean, like people with like mental disabilities, neurodivergent kids and stuff like that. It's stupid. Like it's like what the hell is wrong with you, dude? Like how selfish does one have to be? You know what I mean? You're glad that they didn't leave K. Rool out because it ain't a Donkey Kong game without the GOAT K. Rool. I see. I'm only saying that because like I said, I don't really have any opinions on Donkey Kong like that. So the only thing I know about King K. Rool is that he's my second main in Smash behind Pikachu. That did absolutely nothing. That did absolutely nothing. Y'all saw how that barely tapped him. That wasn't a punch. That was a tap. That was a little love tap. He's your number one main. Your grandma doesn't believe you don't have ADHD because you don't have trouble concentrating, even though there's more to it than that. Yeah, there is way more to it than that. Your main in Smash is Peach. You like being a pretty princess. Second is Bowser. Yeah, you like the tanky characters, it looks like, Perlina. I'm more of a... I like speedy characters that can still hit hard. I'll give you a little... Oh man, you stay away from me, Ghost. Yeah, chat, we're losing. I know I could easily just switch out, but like, he's obviously gonna switch out to the Mon that I switch out to counter his Mon. It's just... Then we're gonna be here forever. I make sure to at least use one tanky character. Even when it comes to Pokemon, I like to make sure I use at least one tanky Mon on my team. While the rest is mainly just gonna be glass cannons. How you see it is there's trouble concentrating, forgetfulness, obsessions, and yep, that's the gist of it for ADHD. Yeah, forgetfulness, obsessions, and impulsivity. You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If there's any type of parent I hate, like with a dying passion, I hate autism moms. I hate autism moms. Not mothers who have autism. I'm talking about like moms who make their entire page or something about how they're basically like an ally for their autistic children. Because in most cases, they were the ones usually bullying autistic children in the past, or not autistic children, but like they were the ones to bully autistic people in the past. Shank bomb ching pants? What? Oh, there's fidgeting too. I fidget a lot, actually. SpongeBob's bullet pants. Is the pants full of bullets, or are the pants shaped like pants? Wait, what? Are the pants shaped like bullets? Are the pants shaped like pants? SpongeBob pants. Are the pants shaped like pants, chat? Someone tell me, are the pants shaped like pants? I mean, hey, I really might be. Who knows? I have never... How do you even get tested for that? SpongeBob's bullet pants is an actual enemy in Borderlands 3. What the hell? Nah, bro, them moms flexing autism like crazy. No, for real. It's crazy. It's like it's funny because like those are the ones who usually like bullied like autistic people. I know you meant to spell autism, but I just find it funny. Haha, look at my Austin son. No, but seriously, it's so that's literally all I see, bro. It's real. It's real. Nah. I'm looking it up right after this. I'm looking it up right after this battle chat because there's no way. Nah, actually, nah. Screw it. No, but like, dude, like it's actually crazy, bro. Like, imagine making your entire like, personality being the parent of an autism, like of an autistic child, for views, clicks, monetization, and all of that. Like, you gotta, like, what is wrong with you, bro? I gotta look this up. There's no way. Sponge Boss. Of course. It's real. It's real. Chat, it's real. Chef Shrek is a cute name. New channel mascot. SpongeBob's Bullet Pants. The British be making beats in beating. Where's the just chatting scene? Chat, what on God's earth is this, bro? What on God's earth is this, bro? Oh. Oh my goodness, that killed me. I wasn't expecting him to be so built, dude. Borderlands 3 also has the Demos Kagen. I don't know what that is. That's just white Dion. Oh, shut up. He ain't even white, he's yellow. It's an enemy based on the Demogorgon from, I never watched Stranger Things. He was saying the SpongeBob Bullet Pants picture I showed was just white. Was just the white version of me. Oh wait, I don't have Scorching Sands, damn it. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. David. Why did I have to? Why did I say unfortunate like that? Because I can. If only I had Scorching Sands, that cat would have been skinned. And I would have had its skin mounted on my wall like a trophy. What the hell happened to my freaking webcam just now? Why is my webcam frozen? Chat. What happened to my webcam? Okay, we're good. It couldn't process. It couldn't process the frickin'. It couldn't process the frickin' camera, bro. It couldn't process the loss, bro. You got hungry and ate the wires is crazy. But GG, VGC. Well played. The webcam had enough. Alright. Wait a minute. Did I unintentionally remove Ghost Bunny? No, I didn't. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's do this. Webcam said, man, I can't take this shit no more. Singles and main again. Alright. Oh yeah, just letting y'all know, I don't have any legendaries in my electric team no more. Since it's a gym team, so wouldn't make sense for gym leaders to be just casually sending out legendaries. I remember M&J TV did like a making a Fakemon region, or making like a brand new like Fakemon region using ChatGPT, and for some reason the gym leader had like a level 10-0 aura, like the first gym leader. You just ate crispy mac and cheese. Why is it crispy? I ain't gonna lie to you, I hate mac and cheese with a dying passion. I despise it. I'm not a big fan of like mushy foods. I don't do mush, you know what I mean? I don't do mushy foods. Alright, so we got Sneasler, we've got Hisuian Lilligant, Hisuian, what's that thing called? Arcanine, Hisuian Samurai, Hisuian Gudra, and Hisuian Braviary. A lot of Hisuis, but that's like 90% of the new Pokemon introduced in the Hisuian decks. Where the hell is OBS, man? There we go. Funny thing is, I was looking directly at OBS this entire time. I'm so used to seeing the shiny version of Hisuian Samurai that I thought this was shiny for a split second. You needed the protein. Spider-Verse got delayed again. Did it? How many times are they gonna delay the damn movie? That's kind of lame. Only if... Oh, okay. If it's only a few weeks, then we're good. Feels like the 50 Cent meme from the Boondocks, where they're like, 50 Cent was shot, and everyone's like, again? Again. Sheesh. Why did that absolutely obliterate me? Oh yeah, speaking of movies and stuff like that, I actually saw Shigeru Miyamoto actually confirmed some stuff about the Zelda movie. The person playing Zelda and Link won't be an actor that people have. There won't be any like A-list actors like what's their name? There won't be any like A-list actors like, you know, Chris Pratt or anything like that. It's like the two main characters, or they're gonna be what's it called, like actors that I've never, well, at least I never heard of the actors before. I don't even remember their names. That's how much I don't freaking. That's how like unknown they are to me. I've never heard of these actors before. So I think this movie's gonna be good. I feel like it's gonna be a really good movie. And I say this as someone who's not really a Zelda fan. This might even get me into Zelda, who knows? Bo and someone else, yeah. That's all I need. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth and Bo Bragason. I'm sorry, bro. I know those names are like, I know those are normal for like, you believe one of them is 16? Interesting. Bo Bragason. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be clowning them. They got hired for a Nintendo movie, and then I'm still a nobody. Benjamin is 16? Crazy. Ainsworth. Oh, I can be an NPC. You know what? You know what? They should hire me as Ganondorf. Not gonna lie, chat. They should hire me. Chat, y'all think I could make a good Ganondorf? Chat, I heard this controller vibrate. I thought someone was starting their truck outside or something. Bro, still, I'm sorry, bro. I can't get over those names. Whenever I see a name that sounds funny to me, I can't stop laughing, bro. Freaking Ainsworth in. That's what I get. That's what I get. Oh man, I'm crying. I'm crying, bro. Whoo, Lord. I deserve that. I shouldn't be clowning them, bro. I shouldn't be clowning them. I gotta get my portfolio up with voice acting. So when they make like a Kirby movie for the big screen, bro, I'll be one of their first considerations. $30 more subs to go. Yes, sir. I'm so excited. It sucks that we won't be getting to 2K, but before my channel anniversary, but that's okay. I can always make what was originally supposed to be the 2K special, the anniversary special. Goodness for when did I reach 1K, bro? Like 2020? Yeah, like 2020. And then I had like a speed, like I hit like a little speed bump when it came to like getting new subs like around 2021, bro. But finally my channel started picking up. Yeah, you got yours coming up. Yeah, I saw you post that in your announcements, Ghost. 20, bro. How old is YouTube? I think YouTube is 20 years old. Jesus Christ, I think. How old is YouTube? I like how Siri didn't even process. How many? I was about to say how many years is YouTube? How many years old is YouTube? Oh, it is 20 years old. Yeah, it started in 2005. So yeah, it is actually 20 years old. Bro, 20 years ago I was 4. I was 4 years old. I didn't even know what YouTube was. Bro, I didn't know what YouTube was until like 2009. And that was when I used to look at a bunch of like Pokemon AMVs. That was when AMVs actually used to be lit. Now they just use like songs that don't even relate to the clips or anything like that. Like it's AMVs fell off, chat. AMVs fell off. Damn, I'm old. You're young. I'd rather be old than young. A fetus drifting in the wind like a plastic bag. 20 years ago, you weren't even born. Y'all some fetuses out here. Hey, at least I'm old enough to remember when technology had freaking like when we used to have like when transparent technology used to be the norm. Now we just have the same boring colors for each device now. Flushed down the toilets like a turd. You didn't even have technology. What you mean I didn't have technology? I was born in 2001. What you mean? Crispy. You're Crispy. You know what, Crispy? You're probably an iPad kid. What you talking about? That's all I gotta respond with. That's all I gotta respond with. My toilet paper could still give splinters during my time. You know that's crazy. The crazy thing is they really did. They was really out here using like sandpaper to wipe their asses, basically. Like that's actually wild. Like back then, like before, like we had like like the Charmin Ultra Soft and stuff like that. They were using some crazy methods. They was using some crazy methods, bro, to wipe their dookie. Bro watches Jurassic Park to reminisce about his childhood. That's, that, bro, Jurassic Park is older than me. The third movie came out when I was born. The poops. Don't even get me started on that, bro. Bro, you will never catch me using a stick to wipe my ass, bro. What is that? What is that, bro? I guess you could say it was a shitty situation. Someone get him out of here. I'm joking. that was actually kind of funny. I'm the type of person who laughs at that type of shit. So you finally found your audience, Ghost. All right. So who was next? Pearly? Yeah, Perlina. When I went to go on Safari, why did it just, when I went to go to YouTube, it went to like a whole different channel. Like, who is this? Oh, it's Chaos Dragon. Whoops. I was like, who is this? But GG though. GG though. Now you're came out of nowhere. Nah, they be putting that in their gluteus max. Putting it in is crazy. Singles main team again, but this team you're bringing me to the aviary. Aye, man. You know what's crazy? I didn't even notice George was gone for 2 weeks. Like, that's how fast time just went. Like, he comes back next week. Well, I guess I should say this week, since, I mean, the week's already over, basically. You know what's funny? There was an episode that was supposed to... What's it called? Aviary with Braviary. But there was supposed to be a new podcast episode out yesterday, but the episode got corrupted yet again. That's the second time something went wrong with the damn episode. You're working on another project now too. Bro, I think this year is just a year of projects. Or this generation is just a generation of projects, bro. I have like a million projects that I'm working on. I doubt any of them are actually going to be complete, because I have a tendency to not commit to things. Wait, what about Labubu? The frick is Labubu? It's a project for My Singing Monsters, where you're making your own islands based off of different time. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Labubu or evil creatures. Sounds like it, bro. Imagine someone summoning a Labubu, bro. Like, what? You know what, Chad? I gotta get my voice acting portfolio up so that way I can voice some Donkey Kong characters out here. I'd make a killer King K. Rool. Oh, I see why you said Aviary, because it's a flying team. Ironically, with no Braviary. But we have Flamigo, Galarian Moltres, Gliscor, Cramorant, Therian Thundurus, and Sensu Style or a Corrio. I don't know why, I just got reminded from the fact that Ash's Unpheasant really got destroyed by a Riolu, bro. Sad days. No, the game does look pretty good. I want to switch too, so we gotta get monetized like next week, chat. Just saying. Y'all gotta sign up for the Patreon at this point. We gotta get a Switch too. Like, no questions asked. Let me see. Signature elements of the island is the industry. Jesus Christ. You already got monsters for... Ugh. Revolution Railways done, which is based on the 1920s Industrial Revolution. Mini trains. You can't, you're broke. Get money then. Who's my ace in my main team? Typhlosion. The next one you're doing is called High Noon Highlands. It's high noon. Which is based on the cowboy western era with a signature element of dust. You should probably learn how to sing with your twinkish vocals to learn music better. Don't Kidnap Me is crazy. Bro, Ghost Bunny hungry out in these streets, bro. Getting me all.
Don't tease me like that, boy. Get me all excited for nothing. Hellfire.
Don't worry, DeAndre is always here for you. Nah, you're hungry for ass. I feel that, bro. I feel that. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I feel that. I was gonna terrestrialize, but yeah, that's okay. I am not. I am the furthest thing from a twink, but all right. You can adopt a twink from the adaptation. No, not the adoption center. The adaptation center. The adaptation center. I kind of went on beat. Man, chat. I need a Switch 2. I need a Steam Deck OLED. So many, man. So many devices, bro. I feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 will be the... I'll be able to get that, like, by Christmas. If I play my cards correctly. What was I doing? Let's go for a Sucker Punch. You need a new iPad and a Switch 2. Yeah, I think I just want like a handheld PC. I just want a handheld PC because like I'm not buying a whole gaming laptop. Twinkie? I hate Twinkies, chat. Twinkies are the most disgusting things that I've ever put in my mouth, dude. You saw people speculating that you can turn the Switch 2 into a 3D. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that was like a leak. That was like, there was like leaks for that, like, months before the Direct. Well, not months. It was like a couple weeks before the Direct. Like, there was like a rumor that you could get like a little attachment that you could put onto like the Switch. The Switch 2, and it will turn into like a DS or whatever. Dude, the minute they bring DS and like Wii games and stuff like that, it's over. Wait, does DS mean double? You know what's crazy? I never put 2 and 2 together, but it makes sense. I never like thought about it. Like it makes sense, I just never thought about it. You were onto something like double or dual screen. Yeah, the DS meant dual screen. That's actually crazy. I never even like thought about it. Why is it specifically water? Whatever. Fly, my scarab. Even though this is not a scarab.
Whatever. Fly, my scarab.
That critical hit was so unnecessary. Cramorant. The bronchitis is kicking in, chat. Golly. Stingbow? Ah. A Gliscor. Have I been writing any of my tomes? I actually finished the 12th chapter of the book I'm working on. I'm taking a hiatus. Like a 2-week hiatus before I get back to it. What's the book about? So, it's called The Marked Chronicles. And think like JoJo mixed with like Pokemon but it's like dragons. So the whole premise is like it takes place in like this fantasy realm, and they have well, certain humans at a certain age, they get a thing called the Mark of the Dragon, and with that mark, they summon their when they get their mark, they have the ability to summon like an elemental dragon. There's 15 elements, by the way. So, you know, some people have like electric dragons, some people have fire dragons and stuff like that. You think I've said this before? Yeah, I've probably talked about it here and there. But it's gonna be one of those like, like kind of like JoJo or Pokemon Adventures, where like each book focuses on a different protagonist. All right. Who is next, by the way? Also, GG, Perlina. I gotta get some water, actually, so let me remove numero uno. And who's next? Let me check the queue. Okay, VGC's next. All right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll come back and then battle VGC. So, BRB, everyone. The hell did I come back to? Alright, what are we doing, VGC? Golly, it's been an hour and 30 minutes already. Sheesh. But yeah, that's the first book I'm working on. Me and George kind of like, because it all came from a joke. I forgot what the joke was about, but it kind of like turned into a whole like, novel idea. Rabbinese is crazy. Crispy's being racist. That's kind of crazy, Crispy. Why are we being racist? Singles again, VGC, if you're still here. Doubles? Okay. But yeah, the other book I've been working on, it's kind of like more of like an OC thing. Like I came up with OCs and then I started kind of working on the book now, sort of. Well, I'm gonna officially start working on it in like around August, but I don't think I'm gonna like publish it. It's just gonna be kind of like creative writing, you know, just see what I can come up with, and maybe down the line, maybe make a comic or find someone who can draw and make a comic and stuff like that, get it out there, like a webtoon or something. That would be cool. A webcomic would be neat, yeah. So which team would you like to which team, why can't I talk? Which team would you like to battle, VGC? Team 1, Calisun, Zamarex, Barbecue Chicken, or Harsh Moon. Yeah. I remember one of my, like, online friends was working on a webtoon. I don't know if she's still working on it. We haven't really spoke. We don't have any like bad blood or anything. It's just one of those cases where like we kind of just like drifted naturally. Nothing like bad happened. Unfortunately. Gotta try to catch up. But yeah, so basically the story that the story was originally going to be called Misfits, and it revolved around 4 mutants. It takes place, well, the first book was gonna like take place in 2001. It takes place, or not, it takes place in Austin, Texas, and it centered around 4 mutants. One was basically just me, but it was like it was like the OC version of me. His name was Eric Gauntlet, and his powers was basically that he has unbreakable skin and super strength. The other one wasn't really like a mutant, more like, because this one was more like magic based. His name was Shinji Miyamoto, aka Ronin. Basically, he's like a rogue samurai who's been around since like, well, since medieval Japan, basically. Hang on, chat. I'm looking for something. Uh-oh. Chat, I might be screwed, chat. Oh, exclamation mark leave, Ghost Bunny. Shoot. I might be screwed, chat. I don't have enough time for this. Here we go. I was looking for something on my phone, that's why. But we're good. When is that next Ninja Turtles movie? I don't think they have a release date for it. But I would like to see it again. I'm glad that the Spider-Verse art style, I like that the Spider-Verse art style is becoming more normalized, you know, with movies like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh, September 17, 2027. Dang, they have a release date for it already? Crazy. A lot of good movies are coming out in 2027. Damn. That's when the next Godzilla movie's coming out. Godzilla, Kong, Supernova. I can't wait for that. Because they said they're gonna actually start using there might be like original like Akira Ifukube, who's the guy who like made like the original soundtracks for the older Godzilla movies. For those of you who don't know, he might actually so they might actually like include like either like remasters or like some of like his like actual songs into, you know, into the movie, which I'm so excited for. It also says delayed and that we still don't really know. Oh. Leave me alone! Ah! Akira! Ah! I love that meme. But yeah, so there's Damage, Ronin, then there was the third character was Keith Roundrock, who was a World War II. He was a soldier in World War II who got gunned down by Nazi soldiers, and they took his brain and like using Nazi science, they transferred his consciousness to a robot because they were trying to like create, because he was a skilled sniper for context and stuff like that. Like he was a skilled gunsman. So they took his brain, put it into a robot because they were trying to make like an ultimate killer robot. But obviously it's so funny bringing this up casually because everyone's just like, what? But basically but you know, obviously they lost the war, so the project got they got shut down. But technically I thought of this before FNAF was even a thing, chat. Think about that. I thought of this before FNAF was even a thing. And then the last one was named Eve, or Evelyn Serafina. So she was part of a project known as Project Perfectus, where they were trying to make a new breed of humans known as the Homo Perfectus that were gonna be like the next human. It was gonna be like the next human race, you know, like with the upbringing of mutants and stuff like that. Only 9 of them were made, but like when word got out, for it, the project was shut down. Like they were forced to shut the project down, so they like staged a whole like thing where they killed all of the kids who were like the Homo Perfectus people, and only Eve and this other person another experiment, Adam, were the survivors. I also even made like a killed the kids. Yeah, because they were like all like, yeah, because they were like freaking, they're like 10, bro. Like they were like 10 years old. Because what happened was basically like they took like the story, it's supposed to be like really dark shit in it, but like basically they took like with Eve, like her mom was like a homeless drug addict, right? And basically for money, she sold one of her eggs to the British government because this whole like experiment took place in the UK, and yeah. So they basically like crafted these. They like grew them in like test tubes, basically, like little sea monkeys. What's next? She had a super duper rectal cancer. Who was I sending out? It's always the Brits. But yeah. This why can't I need some water again, bro? You have the names for your characters too, actually. You'll name them in the race in a sec. Oh, I didn't even talk about how like how Damage and Ronan got their powers, basically. So Damage, I'm laughing. I know your reactions are gonna be your reaction. You guys are gonna be done with this one. So, basically, so when he was like 5, his mom died of like an unknown like incurable illness, right? And by the way, mind you, this isn't based on the character alone. Like the character is based on me, like it's my self-insert, but none of this has happened in my life, by the way. But I still have both of my parents in my life chat. But basically his mom died when he was like super young, and his dad was like super abusive, and at the age of 10 he threw him off a cliff because he didn't want a weak son, right? And she's not based on, listen chat, she's not, the character is just based off of me. It's not actually based off of my actual like family members or anything like that. Like the character model is just based off of me. But yeah, his dad threw him off a cliff when he was 10. And then he got founded by like these like farmers, you know, like these people who just like lived out of like the city and stuff like that. And what else? Do you need to go to a mental hospital? Like, are you okay? Chat, your characters need to be broken in order to make them good. Why do you think every single One Piece main character has like a terrible story, like has like a terrible backstory, bro? That's what makes them great characters. But yeah, he was like adopted, right? He got, exactly, bro. Like it's like JoJo, bro. Like your characters need trauma to grow. Trauma is what makes this world, is what builds the world, chat. We need more trauma. You know what I mean? That's a crazy thing to say. But yeah, so he got adopted. He had a bunch of other adoptive siblings because like their whole thing was like they took like broken kids and like adopted them and stuff like that. And like the parents only had like one like biological kid who dies later on when both him and Damage are 15 years old. It's the way I'm saying this all like tragic. Like I'm saying this all casually, bro. But yeah, they went to like the city to like buy some groceries and stuff like that. Then some like gang members like pulled up. They pissed off the wrong gang members, and like after like a whole like debacle, the actual biological son got shot. He comes in later. It's gonna like, but it's like, because I like giving my characters like ridiculously tragic backstories because it's hilarious. I like laughing at people's pain, chat. I'm sadistic, I know. But like the plot twist was gonna be like later on later on, he got like kidnapped by like a scientist and he got like experimented on. So now he has like the same abilities as Damage, basically, where he's unbreakable, super strong and stuff like that. So yeah, I like how I'm not even paying attention to the battle. I'm literally just like yapping about this story right now. But the story's more important because I need your reactions. Your reactions make it fun. One of your characters lived in a castle and never went outside before. So you minus the castle. But there's an instance where she's flabbergasted at touching grass for the first time. That's crazy. Hey, you live in a castle. Insert the suspicious dog meme. But yeah, anyway, that's not the end of his backstory, because I didn't get to how he got his powers. So when he was like like what, 17? Was he 17 or 19? I like how I have to decide like when he got this traumatic event that happened to him. But basically, I think he was 19? Yeah. At the age of like... God damn it, I don't fucking remember how old he was. I really think he was either 19 or 20, actually. Yeah, I think he was 19 or 20. And, you know, he was just driving, he was just speeding through. And then he like crashed into like this semi-truck. And like the semi-truck had like this like dangerous like energy in it, like this energy core. And like it exploded, but it, instead of like having like an actual like catastrophic explosion that would kill like the normal person, it emitted like this like shockwave. Like it emitted like this like photon energy, basically, that, you know, merged with like his DNA, which also made like his skin super durable and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely gotta make a new team. Something that works for me. Poppy's main trauma is that she had an abusive ex. She suffered through mental and physical abuse from him, only getting away when she and her mom moved away to the Galar region, since the world is set in Pokemon. The British will fix that. They'll turn her into a Homo Perfectus, chat. But yeah, GG. Technically, yes, she got a lot better mentally when she started dating Izzy, who was born and raised in Galar. MCU. Wait, you? Like, he's based off me? Or like what you mean? Or is his name like DeAndre? Like, what? I'm confused. Luca, Ivory, Waylon, Asa, and Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon is actually a dope name, I'm not gonna lie. It's so simple, but it's cool. Why was I about to click join chat? Remove one. MC. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha, Crispy. I was like, what? I was confused. I was like, hey, I'm honored. You could do a battle stadium battle if no one joins the queue. You think it would be fun to... I'm not gonna do battle stadium battles until, like, I'm actually ready for it. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let me see. Izzy is simple. She's the daughter of two rich folks. Like, rich folk, but she doesn't mooch off of them. She hates that lifestyle. Finding it too prim and proper. Why did I say proper like that? I need to calm my ass down. So she just does her own thing. Okay. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. All right, overrated. Let's do this. I already know your shtick. You like singles, main team. I know your shtick. Until Poppy dies since she's involved. Damn. Womp womp. His name is whoever the player is. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, oh, the story with Damage gets even worse. So like when he's like in the hospital, like kind of recovering from his injuries, aka the government basically got him and they were like experimenting on him because they're like, hey, this guy has powers, bro, so we should experiment on him and stuff like that. So he was like held up in like in a facility where like they hold other like super powered individuals and stuff like that. He started getting to know like this nurse who was like, you know, taking care of him, you know, he was getting baby girl. And then like mutants started like like a mutant uprising happened in the facility and stuff like that. And you know, Damage tried to like, you know, protect baby girl, but baby girl ended up dying during the fight. So yeah, so he's hated humanity ever since then. Like he's kind of cynical, you know, like me. I hate people. The hell? But like his whole character arc is basically like learning to be like a true hero. Like he basically becomes like a reluctant hero, sort of. Oh, and the twist is that his dad is so basically he's like a Kryptonian or Viltrumite. So like his powers weren't actually from. That's crazy, Ghost. So his power was actually from like his powers. They think it was from like the energy from the truck, but it actually wasn't that. His powers were just like dormant because his dad is basically like from like a Kryptonian Viltrumite type race known as Titans. And yeah, his dad's basically like Omni-Man. But this was before I even knew about Omni-Man, so technically they stole the character from me, even though Invincible is still like older than this idea. Since Invincible came out like in the early 2000s, the comic at least. But yeah. So he ends up getting like the ability to like, it's like a light-based race basically. So they're like Kryptonians and stuff like that. So like they have like bulletproof skin, they can fly, they have super strength, super speed, but they have a cool ability where they don't actually have to like eat physical food. They're photosynthetic, so they feed off of light and stuff like that. Like they feed off of like light-based energy. Ivory is also a Draken. Wait, hold on. Let me pause that so I can actually select my team members. You also be eating UV rays for real? Shoot. But yeah, so that's Damage. And then Ronin, because no character has a peaceful life in this story. So Ronin, so his dad, his parents were basically like, you know, like they were like Japanese royalty back in like the old ass Japan days, the ancient Japan days, like the medieval Japan, you know. Eating light sounds like an Ultra Necrozma moment. That's basically the concept that it's based off of, actually. But yeah, Ronin, or his name was Shinji Miyamoto. He was of the Miyamoto clan. And yes, Miyamoto as in Shigeru Miyamoto. But basically, some opponents. So basically there were like these like not opponents, these assassins tried to like assassinate like his parents or like the entire family like during like his young like child days. Like when he like I'm talking like when he was like 5, bro. Like they pulled up when he was like 5. His dad was like out doing, you know, king stuff, like emperor stuff, whatever they did back in like the 1500s or whatever, you know. And So basically his mom had to like hold the line, and obviously they they ganged up on her and killed her, in front of her her two sons, right? And why am I laughing at this? This isn't funny, but um, what was I saying? Overrated seems like a joke. I've been thinking the same thing, bro. I've been thinking the same thing. His name is definitely His name is definitely Joe. I know his name is Joe, bro. Joe, bro. Joe, bro. Shoot. You know what I just realized? Why did I send out Typhlosion? Crap. Stardust. But yeah. So his dad came back and he was like, "Oh shoot, my wife's dead." And then he looked at his son and he is like, "You're weak. You didn't hold the line. You were supposed to be the man of the house." Mind you, he's fucking 5. He's fucking 5, dude. So his dad has just like resented him while also praising his younger brother for basically being like a like a prodigy, basically. Favoritism, as you normally do as a parent. So, so years later, in their like teenage, kind of early adult years, Shinji comes across a demon, but he doesn't know it's a demon yet. He just thinks it's like some weird like warlock or something. It's like some those weird like mystical figures who show up in every like coming of age story who gives the heroes powers and stuff like that. So he was like, "Hey, I can give you power. I can make you the strongest samurai in all of Japan, basically." So he gave him this like this demonic what's it called? This demonic katana. So as soon as he touched it, he became half human, half demon, right? So he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like at this time," I'm bouncing all over the place, but at this time his dad also kicked him out, basically being like, "Hey, I only have one son because you a failure in my eyes, bro. I don't even want people knowing that you have to," like he basically was like, "Hey, you're dead. You're Lens came at the perfect time, bro. I'm giving all this lore right now." But yeah, he was like, "Hey, you're dead to me. In the public records, you are deceased, And if you ever tell anyone he like threatened them. He was like, if you ever tell anyone that you're related to me or like the truth, if you ever tell anyone the truth, I'm gonna have you executed." So he was basically like a homeless anorexic bitch, right? So I didn't have to word it like that. But anyway, Lens, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Lens did miss like 15 chapters. He missed the whole lore. Oh lord, I'm not even paying attention to the battle, bro. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Well, I'm battling overrated. Overrated usually beats me in these games. I'm still gonna try. I'm just like actively paying attention. So now like back to like how back how I said like he has the sword now. So he pulls up, he tells everyone the truth. Like he's like, "Hey, I never died as a kid. Pops is messed up." So he challenges his brother, the prodigy, to a battle. He ends up accidentally killing his brother because they fighting with swords and stuff like that. And obviously, swords are sharp. So you gonna die. So his dad, so here's where the crazy part is, bro. It turns out that his brother took the same deal as he took the deal from the same wizard who gave him like all of the like, he's the reason. It's the wizard is the reason why he's a prophecy, basically. But then it later turns out that like it was a demon this entire time. His name was Akuma, and yes, Akuma is the I know demon is Akuma is Japanese for Akuma. What? Akuma is Japanese for demon. What am I talking about? But like, I know not the most creative name, but like, I was like, I was like 10 when I came up with this story, chat. Cut me some slack. So basically, wait, hold on. You just got back from the water park. Not Soak City. Not Soak City. I don't think I've heard of that. All right. Oh, I gotta turn off the queue because I just realized we're at the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna be ending this soon. You missed the docu-series? Nah, you for real. You missed the whole lore. We need an entire documentary or video on this story, bro. This is deep. Low key, I might actually do that. I low key might do that. But where was I at? Oh yeah, the brother dying. So here's the plot twist. Their dad was Akuma. Their dad was the demon this entire time. He used his demonic powers to basically take over all of Japan and stuff like that. So the entire Japanese army, they demons. So he's like, so now he's like, hey, you kill. Why did my camera freeze? What's up with that, bro? Why did my camera freeze, bro? Even the camera's tired of this story, bro. There we go. I don't know what happened, chat. I don't know what happened, chat. But what was I saying? Oh right. So like, damn. I know the sun weakens water moves, but I thought maybe I could still kill him. Anyway, so basically, Akuma, you know, Akuma's like, hey, like, the deal wasn't like you killing your brother, bro. He was gonna help me. He was gonna help, like, you know, he was gonna help me take over the world and stuff like that, because he was like a powerful like demon swordsman. So now you must join. Now you must take his place. But then Shinji was like, nah, cuh. So he said, nah, pops. After the way you treated me back then, bro, fuck you. So he was like, okay, fine. I need to take away. He's like, I need to take away that sword from you, because the sword is linked to his demonic powers and also his immortality, because he's immortal now. I need to pick my Pokemon, dude. There we go. But yeah, it's linked to his like demonic powers and his immortality. So basically, if the sword is taken away from him and it's like it's too far, like basically the sword has to be in like a 10-mile radius, otherwise he gonna die. Basically, that's like his main weakness. But like when he has the sword in vicinity, like, you know, you could literally stab him in the heart, you could shoot him in the head, bro, and he'll just regenerate, unless it's with a demonic weapon, because demonic weapons in this universe, they kill other demonic. You know, other demons, basically, obviously. So yeah, he's been, so basically since the ancient Japan days, he's just been like a wandering Ronin. He's also been fighting in like every major war since, bro. Like he's like a ghost story. He's like a ghost story in all of like these, like in like World War II to Vietnam War and all that. And that's all the main characters. I gave you a very butchered version of that, but trust me, if I make a video that explains more with these stories, I will. Ooh, chat. Low key, that would be a cool series to do. Like make like chapters and then like kind of read them to y'all. Ooh. That's actually not a bad idea, chat. Chat, that's not a bad idea. Ugh. That's not a bad idea at all, chat. Also, Fincredible is a clever name. That's such a clever name. But there's a third book that I was working on. Well, not really working on currently, but I did write the characters for it, at least. It came from a dream that I had. So basically, like years in the future, a cosmic event happens and it causes 80%. It turns like 80% of the entire population into mutants, of course. The story's actually called Veilborn, because the event that happens is called the the rift that happens that causes like that causes the whole like population getting superpowers. It's called the Veil Breach incident or whatever. It also has 4 main characters in it. They don't have like tragic story. They're not as chaotic as they're not as chaotic as the characters that I just like explained to y'all just now though. But there's also a ranking system. So there's S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, D rank, and F rank. And the main character is Malik Ramir, who has shadow manipulation powers, but he also has like a form where like he could transform into like this demonic shadow creature. The next character is this character named Yuna, where she has like these 5 rings that are linked to the phases of the moon. So depending on the phase, she can use like different types of abilities with those rings. And also she can like use them as like melee weapons as well, because these rings are like, they're sharp enough to cut through like solid titanium, by the way. The next character is actually the younger brother of the main character, Malik. His name is Zion. He's one of the 8 S rank characters. There's only 8 publicly known S rank characters in this story. And his power is that he basically has like electric powers and stuff like that. So yeah, like he has enough electricity, like his electricity is so powerful, like he can basically like he could power an entire like he could probably power all of New York. Like all of New York could probably survive off of him, electricity wise. And then the last character is Reeve. His whole thing is that he has like a lot of willpower. Yeah, he has like a lot of willpower. And he has super strength. He's super durable. He has a lot of stamina and stuff like that. And he believes in the philosophy of willpower. So basically as long as he's determined, like basically the more determined he is, the stronger he gets, basically. But the drawback is that every time, the stronger his attacks, the more brutal the damage is to his body. So like if he like uses like a punch that's able to like destroy an entire like city block, it could literally like rupture his like internal organs and stuff. Speaking of stories, you used to make stories in other live chats like a year ago or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, I actually do want to like get into like practicing like writing and stuff like that. Cause like I have so many ideas when it comes to world building, but it's like I can never put the ideas to words, if that makes sense. So they just kind of stay locked in my head, and I'm like, bro, these could be like long-running series too. Like I think Veilstone could be like if Veilstone ever comes to reality, the entirety of the entire story could like last just as long as like One Piece, dude. You have a lot of ideas, but you prefer not doing magical settings because it confuses you. Confuses you? How? I guess you could say my dragon one is magical because it's more, yeah, it's like fantasy adventure, like the genre of it. But I kind of just make up my own rules with it. Like the dragons basically act like stands and stuff like that. It also has some Sea of Star elements in the combat too. Like how they have like combo attacks and stuff like that. So it's not just like the same repetitive. It's not the same repetitive like, you know, oh, I'm using air attacks, he's using ground attacks. Like you can have like a mixture of the two. probably gonna be like, it's probably gonna be like 8 books long. The Marked Chronicles story I told you all about, probably gonna be like 8 books long. But there's gonna be like 100 chapters. There's gonna be like 100 chapters in each book, so it's gonna be very lengthy. It's gonna be very lengthy. Maybe do like, probably when I like done finishing like the main plots, it's probably gonna be like, it's probably just gonna be like, probably gonna like work on just side stories and stuff like that. Or like maybe like a new, Marked Chronicles series that still takes place in... No, overrated, don't switch, just... Oh lord, I didn't even realize the timer was running out, bro. I didn't even realize the timer was running out, bro. That jet punch was nasty. Monster Hunter, for example, isn't fantasy where stuff can happen just because. Monsters have organs and stuff that allows them to breathe fire, or reasons why they can swim in lava and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like... Well, I don't think that's really like... Okay, that's just bad. Okay, you're describing bad fantasy, because you can still have like scientific world building type stuff for your fantasy worlds. It's just the ones that don't do that stuff where it's like, oh yeah, these characters are magical just because. That's just bad magic. That's bad fantasy world building. That's terrible fantasy world building. Yeah, GG. Yeah, I typically prefer more scientific stories, hence why I tend to work more on like the superhero type stories, because I've always been a shonen guy, but you know, I've always been a shonen guy, so I like to work on like shonen type stories. But I want to make like a shonen story that works more in like that works more for like wait, hold on. What you're trying to say is like either there's no magic source or there's some magic source where you can summon fire or potato ninjas. I wouldn't really say like it's magic. No, for me, I'm saying like for my story. I don't know if it's like, I mean, it's fantasy, but it's like, you know, like the dragons in my story, like even though they're most of them are spirit based, because most of the dragons, they're born from like their marks being like born from like the marks, like mark being active. Like they're like JoJo stands, but you know, they still have their own biology and stuff like that. Like it's not like they just summon fire, like, you know, like some dragons, they're literally just like made out of fire. Some of the dragons just happen to breathe fire because they have flame organs or whatever. So like it's kind of like magic mixed with ecology, if that makes sense. But it's not just BS like, oh yeah, since it's magic, I can make any BS happen. And there's even like plants and different creatures and stuff like that that kind of have like there's like a whole flora, fauna, stuff like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good world building. Like I'm not just gonna make it where it's like, oh yeah, like he's electric because electric magic. Like there's gonna be actual, you know, there's gonna be actual stuff that makes sense. Who did I just fight? Overrated. So also GG overrated if I didn't say that already. So Perlina is next. All right, singles or doubles Perlina? Also, let me go ahead and remove overrated. One thing I like to do too, dude. One thing I've been doing actually, as I know, just a warning because I know people hate. I know it's trendy to hate AI at the moment, but I promise you, this has all just been for fun, chat. This is all. That was a yeah. That was actually I did a lot better than I thought I would, honestly. But I do this strictly for fun. I've actually been using ChatGPT to write like sort of like a fanfic. Like, what if I was in the Pokemon anime? Um, so it's basically my character. So basically, I made my own OC, obviously DeAndre DD Donovan, and you know, initially I started in Johto, but now I'm in the Kanto region now currently. So yeah, it's been pretty fun actually. It's actually been pretty fun. Obviously, I'm never gonna like. Yeah, good luck to you too, Perlina. But obviously, I'm never gonna like publish it. It's just for fun, chat. It's just for fun. Like I like doing fun. I like doing stupid shit like that with ChatGPT, honestly. But you know, I'm never gonna like use it to be like, oh hey guys, look at this totally non-AI story that I made. Like if I like I'm upfront if I use AI or not for my stuff. And most of the time I use AI to either do like, you know, stupid crap, you know. But you know, the minute some people hear AI, they're like, oh, he's using AI. He's not a real creator. He's a fraud. It's kind of funny. Ivory, one of your characters, was also an experiment. She was made to be the ultimate life form. Yeah, that's basically like my story with Eve, actually. She was kept in the castle deep under because she's a danger to herself and others. That's actually interesting. You sent this some time ago, but you're not sure if I saw it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably didn't see it. I was so locked into like my story and stuff like that. The first thing you typed in AI art generator was to make Chad Squidward, but it gave you a nerdy anime character. That's funny. Oh, this is cute. You are the first person I've ever met to use a Basculin on their team. So you have Rabombi, the goat Rabombi. Basculin. Ooh, Chad, we should do an Ultra Sun. Yeah, an Ultra Sun anime lock. Or an Ultra Moon. If I can ever like figure out a way to like stream my 3DS screen to my Mac without getting a capture card. Darkrai, Zarina, Garchomp, and Slitherwing. Garchomp and Slitherwing are actually one of my favorites. You didn't expect Lugia to take an Ice Punch? Dude, neither did I. I thought the Ice Punch would kill it. I always forget how bulky that thing is, man. Oh yeah, even like character generation. Sometimes I use it to make wallpapers for myself. But chat, I'm gonna try to make my own wallpaper so that way I can make some merch finally for y'all. Ivory later, when she's older, is queen and is very manipulative and kind of mental. Not gonna lie, kind of crazy. I mean, I don't blame her because, like, you know, she's been kept deep in the castle. For Silver Spoon, she's an avian inspired by an eagle. She is, or not she. He is a noble that woos all the husbands. He also teaches battle techniques to the MC. That's cool. This is a very stupid move of me. This is a very stupid move, but I have an idea. I do have an idea, chat. But yeah, Veilstone is like something where I can like imagine, or Veilborn, not Veilstone. I'm thinking of Veilstone City from Pokemon. But Veilborn, the book I told you all about. Oh, really? He really did that just to cancel. He did all that just to cancel that, bro. That's crazy. He did all that to cancel. To cancel my first impression. Your world sounds really fun. It would be a hit series, not gonna lie. Thank you. Yeah, I want to like I don't want to make it like, you know, where it's like yeah, like Veilborn. I actually want to make that like I actually want to make something out of it because it was such a like it was such a weird dream, and I'm like, bro, I need to make this like a series or something. So yeah, I definitely took notes and stuff like that, so that way I like if I ever want to like actually, you know, make it a thing, I can. Alright, gotta take Zarina out. Yeah, the world building is also... The world building I'm definitely excited to expand upon. And I also made, like, some cool, like, characters, too. Like, with all of the S-rank characters in Veilborn. There's this one... There's one of the characters, she basically has... She can basically speak contracts into existence, basically. So, like... So, let's say, like, you... Let's say, like, you have, like, a plot of land, right? That you want to, like, you want to prosper it, like you want to make like a luxurious house for yourself, a farm and stuff like that. You know, you want to build something out of it, and you're like, hey, I want to like be able to protect this land. So she could basically make it where she could make you invincible as long as you are actively protecting the land. So like the contract will be something where for us, it's like, for as long as I protect this land, no harm can come to me. And basically, as long as you are, you know, tending to like, as long as you're properly taking care of that plot of land, like let's say lightning struck you, right? Like no harm would come to you. Like maybe like an invisible barrier would form and like redirect the lightning bolt or something. Kill the Zarina. Luckily, I don't have to deal with anything like stupid like Queenly Majesty or whatever the ability is called. So I can just use that first impression and destroy Empress. Delicious. And there's another one where like he has like a detachable spine. Like his power is that he has a detachable spine that produces like these like parasitic, like these like biomass like parasites. And when they possess a host, it like rewrites their entire DNA, can turn them into these like Cthulhu-esque monsters, basically. Not like Cthulhu, but like, you know, turns them into these like disgusting like piles of flesh. Imagine your power is to make rats out your spine, basically. Oh, and he can also like detach his like spine too, and it basically acts as like a weird centipede that can like fight on its own. It's gonna be a lot of body horror when I get to that arc. I'm gonna use Sucker Punch. Yeah, I don't know if I've expressed this, but I'm a big fan of body horror, which is ironic because I'm very squeamish when it comes to things like stabbing someone in the eye or something like that. Wait, how does he move around without a spine when it fights? That's the funny thing. He doesn't. He basically like sits stationary when his spine's like doing its own thing. And then when it comes back, or like or sometimes he'll like he'll just walk around like all flopped over basically. Because he can like detach it and reattach it anytime he wants. Because he basically because he can manipulate his own thing. Like he can basically do his own thing with his I think I might use Stardust. He can basically do his own he can basically mutate himself to he can mutate himself as well. You're squeamish when it comes to it, but you like adding it. Yeah. It's weird. Like I don't mind seeing it's weird cuz I mean chat, I grew up in the early 2000s, bro. Sites like Live Leak were a common thing for me. So I was used to seeing people dying in gruesome ways and stuff like that. So I guess that's why I'm kind of not really phased. But it's always the eyes. Whenever something happens with the eyes, I'm so squeamish towards it. It's so weird. But I've always been a fan of body horror. What's that one movie with the shape-shifting alien or something like that? The Thing? Oh my, one of the greatest movies ever, man. Or that movie The Fly? Oh my goodness. Classics, dude. Body horror is just awesome. Or that one anime, Parasite. That's a good one too. That's a good one too. Another character I made. He can make after images of himself that detonate, pretty much. He's basically a living bomb, but his main ability, the people in this world are called Vexers, by the way. People with the abilities. So basically, his ability is called Hell Trace, and he can leave after images of himself that will detonate anytime he wants. Reminds you of the bomb from Angry Birds. It does kind of sound like that, huh? Well, he just blows himself up, but you know, I get what you're saying. One of your other characters, Waylon, Phaline, is a part of a lineage of famous blacksmiths, but feels like he doesn't live up to it. He and one of the other characters, Luca, butts heads. It's like a Zoro Sanji situation, I imagine. What other character? Oh yeah, there was another character. His codename is Black Zero. He's the #1 S rank in the world. But the thing is, no one knows what his real name is. No one knows what he looks like. But the records does state he does exist. Basically, his power is that he can literally erase people from existence. He can erase memories and stuff like that, which is why it's so hard to pinpoint who he actually is, because he could literally just erase the memories of people who see him. He could probably wipe out an entire city from existence, and some of the survivors and stuff like that, he could just erase the memories. So it's what even happened, you know? That's a scary power, yeah. Imagine that, bro. Imagine, and the thing is too is when that person, usually, unless he chooses otherwise, if when he erases people, they're also they're gone from your memory and stuff like that, unless he chooses to keep your memories of that person. Or if you realize wait a minute, I don't remember this person, but this person's appearing in photographs and stuff like that, but I don't remember. But for some reason, I can't remember them. If he was evil, he'd literally erase everything. The thing is, he's kind of like an anti, like the role that they're gonna be is like they're kind of like an anti-hero sort of. So like no one really knows like what their objectives are. Hold on. I do have like the stuff written down, so I could probably find it. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, another character. Her ability is known as Grave Knight. Also, it's kind of a weird thing with the Vexers. Their abilities are also their aliases. So like how the character I said like Helltrace, that's not just his ability. That's also like his code name basically. Can't really do anything with Garchomp right now. Anyway, let me go to so yeah, this one Grave Knight. So basically, she can manipulate gravitational forces on any scale, local or large range, but she can't really control it. So she actually chose to cryogenically like freeze herself like years ago. Her story is actually going to be like her story is probably going to be one of my favorites to like bring into reality when I eventually start working on this one. Asa, a goth Latina, actually an elf, is a trained doctor slash nurse, but is clumsy. She's a motherly figure to the group. That's cute. Okay, Ice Punch can take out Garchomp. I'm not winning this one, y'all. The sticky web kind of screwed me over. You don't think Doctor and Clumsy should go together? Yeah, they really shouldn't, but yeah. They really shouldn't, but that hurt. Oh, there's another one. There's another cool one, Cradle Storm. So basically his ability is that he is surrounded by a perpetual hyperstorm. So it's like thunderstorms, ice storms, even like earthquakes and stuff like that. Like all surrounding him basically. And it's constantly active, so he literally cannot go to civilization. Like he's basically just floating in the middle of the ocean. Like he's like a living apocalyptic storm. Hence why he's an S rank, because he's literally a living apocalyptic storm. Cradle Storm is kind of fire, not gonna lie. It is a pretty cool sounding name. How does bro eat? I mean, I didn't even think about that, not gonna lie. I mean, I guess he probably raw dogs it. He probably just raw dogs it. He probably like picks up fish in the storm and just eats it raw. Oh, another one, Idle Prism. Yeah. Idle and Prism, so he can trap others in multi-layered illusions so convincing that they become indistinguishable from reality. So these illusions can loop time, rewrite physics, implant memories or remove them, and change a person's perceived identity. Ooh, that's another one too, like psychological horror. Like you don't know what's real and what's not real. Yeah, I think I literally went over all of them. Yeah, I went over all of the cataclysms at least. Alright, GG Pearly. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key kind of like... I think it's because I wasn't really like paying attention. Psychological horror is actually so scary, especially... Yes, dude. Like, I used to sleep on it because, like, you know, I'm one of those people where it's like, no, I want an actual monster chasing me, you know, like in Little Nightmares and stuff like that. But, like, when you really think about it, bro, like, your mind getting so, like, messed up. Like, you don't know what's real and what's fake and stuff like that. Like, you basically lose yourself in your own mind. Like, that's so terrifying, dude. Dude, that's basically, I mean, let's be real. I mean, psychological horror is also real. I mean, like, things like, dementia and stuff like that. Like, that stuff is so scary. Like, imagine losing your, like, dude, just imagine that, man. Just losing yourself in your own body, dude. Oh my god, like, real talk, I don't wish that on anyone, man. Even my worst enemies, dude. Like, I don't wish that on anyone, man. That shit is so terrifying. Alright, VGC. Singles or doubles? Then we can wrap it up. You were so sure that Typhlosion would still outspeed your Slitherwing. Yeah, the sticky web was just... Ugh. The sticky web was just disgusting. The sticky web definitely helped. Final member of the group, Luca, is a Sharkin. She's smaller than average. Yeah, hazards. My team definitely struggles with hazards for sure. I gotta find a way to counter that. I definitely gotta counter that. She's smaller than average and has serious anger issues. Also, she's missing a fin, so she can't swim. Oof. She's Ivory's only friend, and Ivory is creepily attached to her. Oh yeah, I never went over, like, okay, to go more in depth with the main characters of Veilborn. So Malik's, what's it called? Vexor ability is known as Abyssal Howl. So Malik can manipulate his shadows as a physical extension. So he can form stuff like claws, wings, shields, tendrils, and even like shadow clones. Insert shadow clone jutsu from Naruto. And he can also absorb that surrounding darkness to enter a boosted state known as the Veiled Demon form. Ivory is friends with the other group, but Luca has been her friend since pretty young. Alright. They're besties. Sounds like Green Lantern or Beast Boy, but with shadows. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Green Lantern for sure. Let's see. Ooh. Rain Team? Okay. I like. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. You tell me. Definitely gonna work on my Electric Team too. I think I'm gonna put like Volt Switch on everyone so that way I can actually, you know, pivot. Yuna Rei Iwasaki. What's it called? The Vexor ability is known as Moonveil. It's called Moonveil. So basically, she controls five ring-shaped... I'm reading off of the notes I wrote so I can, like, be more, you know, so that way it's more informational. So she controls 5 ring-shaped constructs that float around her, and each ring represents a phase of the moon and has unique functions. The new moon grants stealth in a cloak field. The crescent moon has razor projectile arcs. The half moon can summon a rotating energy shield. The gibbous has like lunar wave disruption, and the full moon releases all of the rings in a telekinetic barrage. I kind of based her like I kind of based it off of like the Moonerang from Sea of Stars with Valir. Christ, that did a lot of damage. Sounds cool. The character design with the moon surrounding her would be so cool. Yeah, I'm thinking like she's gonna be like she's gonna have white hair, you know, to symbolize like, or not white hair, like more like silver, like a silvery white hair, and I can definitely see her with like maybe like red eyes or something. Yeah, I'd definitely love to draw these characters for sure. Zion, Malik's younger brother. He's one of the eight. He's one of the eight rank S characters. So his ability is known as Storm Core. Oh, I meant to switch out, but that's okay. That's okay. But he can control all forms of electrical energy, natural and synthetic. So unlike standard electrokinesis, his abilities interface with quantum frequencies embedded in the veil. So this lets him disable entire power grids, channel lightning through void space, and read neural frequencies, like an emotional radar, essentially. Let me see, what did you say? Luca's also very studious and becomes a scientist in the future. I see. I need a hero. Goated song, by the way. And his body acts as both a battery and a reactor. So he absorbs energy and release it in concentrated pulses or atmospheric disruptions. And I actually made like a cool ability for him known as the Railgun Scream, which is an homage to one of my favorite characters, Mikoto Misaka from the Certain Magical Index franchise, where she has like a railgun attack where she can flip this coin. She charges it with like electrical energy, and she basically turns it into a railgun when she like flicks it. So Zion, he can release a horizontal burst of compressed electricity from his mouth cavity, combining veil resonance and voice box feedback. So this causes shock waves capable of pulverizing structures, and it's only used under extreme duress because I didn't mention this before, but after a tragic incident from when they were younger, he's been mute ever since, so he doesn't talk at all. Like, he's a silent character. So when he does like the railgun scream, like, you know it's like a drastic thing. That is a crazy name for Quackable, by the way. That is a crazy name for Quackable, by the way. What? You can use him as a portable charger, yo. Yeah? And lastly, Reeve, aka Ironheart. So this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite character that I've thought of. So Reeve can channel his sheer will into a semi-visible aura that wraps around him like molten armor. Who dares name that beautiful duck that? It's VGC Crispy. I mean, we've seen his username. We shouldn't be surprised by this. We shouldn't be surprised by this. But yeah, so he has strength, durability, and stamina, which this man said ban VGC. That is a crazy name, though. That is a crazy name for Quackable. But yeah, Reeve, his strength, durability, and stamina scale dynamically with his emotional intensity and determination. So the stronger his belief in willpower and his belief in winning, the harder he hits. And his aura passively... Aqua Step was an interesting choice. I guess to boost speed, yeah. And the aura passively reflects minor damage and absorbs kinetic impacts. And he's also like he's like your typical shonen protagonist, like you know how shonen characters name their attacks and stuff like that. That's basically him. So some of his attacks, his signature move is his finishing move is called the Final Word Punch, which is a powerful haymaker charged with emotional resolve. The Veil Slam Jet, my favorite one, the No You Don't stance. So he basically he temporarily locks his body in place, and it allows him to absorb any incoming strike. But obviously, as overpowered as he sounds, overexertion causes internal collapse. So his organs can rupture, his bones crack, and his nerves can just fray. This doesn't really kill him though. This is more of like, it's like a comedic thing. It's more of a comedic thing. Like he actually regenerates pretty, like he can regenerate even when his, like let's say like his internal organs just like explode and stuff like that. He just regenerates, like literally the next minute is like, hey y'all, like let's go get some burgers and stuff like that, and like the people will just be like, bro, like what happened? Dude, what has been going on with my camera? So yeah, he can't always regenerate, as healing is kind of, because healing depends on like how bad the injuries are, and he also relies on not surpassing his limit. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my camera. I think I'm gonna restart my MacBook after this stream and see what's up with it. Wait a minute. Who am I battling? Oh wait, none of my attacks actually work here. Never mind. Ooh, I don't really have anything for you, huh? Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. This is like the 4th or 5th time it's happened. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and look into that. I don't know if something in my MacBook is overloading. I don't know. The name for your world. Name for your world. Oh, the name for your world project. Fiend. Fiend. Oh, okay. Fiend. Okay, so I was right with the fiend part. Okay, so Fiendier. Okay, Fiendier. Okay. Interesting name. Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing it. Hearing the name. But yeah. I'm also like planning on making like the main antagonists, like the main antagonists are going to be pretty cool. Like they're basically like the overseers of like of what goes down. Like they're called the Apex Council, and they're part of this like organization called Cage, the Cage Syndicate. You think the name meaning enemy animal suits it? Yeah, enemy animal. That works. The Apex Council sounds sick. Yeah, Cage stands for... I can't for the life of me remember what it stood for. Shoot, my brain no worky today. I like said so many things and my brain is not working. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Central Authority for Genetic Evolution. So basically their motto is contain, advance, govern, and evolve. So it's like it's not really like political, like it's not like run by politicians. It's more run by like it's run more like by a technocratic syndicate. So think like scientists, engineers, doctors, stuff like that. Like, it's more of like a scientifically ran place, if you will. So, yeah, the Apex Council, there's five there's five like overseers. So there's director Lyrian Vale, who covers the science division. Director Ro Talvar, who oversees the security division. Director Cian Moraine, who is the propaganda division. Director Cyro Nendai, who is the external affairs division. And lastly, Kestrin Vile, who oversees enforcement, you know, the lawmaker, essentially. I need a hero. I'm cooked. I am cooked. I should have terrestrialized. I just realized he was using Drain Punch on me. But yeah, obviously there's going to be more characters than that. The main antagonist is going to be like the main antagonist isn't going to be revealed until like the final saga. But he's going to be like one of those like silhouetted characters. Like you see the silhouette of this character until like the ultimate like reveal, basically. I like those types of villains where it's like it's kind of like a lingering threat rather than like a recurring threat. Are each chapter's different perspectives? I wouldn't say like each chapter. God, it's more. It's not gonna be like a POV kind of. It's not gonna be like a first-person POV. I didn't think it would freaking one-shot me. Jesus Christ! What the heck? Yeah, I gotta work on this team for sure. But it's gonna be more of like it's gonna be seen from like a third-person perspective, but it is gonna cover like each. It is, yeah, GG, but it's gonna cover like each like there's gonna be certain characters where like let's say like Malik is fighting a character, it's gonna mainly focus on that, but you know it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be more of like the perspective of like more of like, you know, an ambiguous narrator rather than like a first person perspective from Malik or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those like, since it's gonna be more like shonen-esque, I kind of want it to be more of like, you know, obviously it's gonna be more of like yeah, you can go ahead and talk about your MC real quick before I end it, because I'm curious. But yeah, it's basically going to be one of those, like, what music is this? I have no clue. Let me see. I actually have no clue where this theme comes from, because it's not really like a playlist. It's more of like one of those videos where it's just playing random music from Pokemon. Hold on, let me see. When did the music start? Normal. Oh, it's from Pokemon Conquest. Yeah, it's from Pokemon Conquest. It's the normal battle theme from Conquest specifically. That's why I never heard of it, because I've never played Pokemon Conquest. But yeah, there's also going to be like different like, you know, like how, you know, like One Piece and Dragon Ball, they have like different arcs and stuff like that. That's basically how it's going to be. So each arc is going to have like their own like main antagonist and stuff like that. Oh yeah, to go more in depth on Black Zero, by the way. So yeah, Black Zero, obviously that's his name, but, or that's like his known alias. But oh shoot, where is it? So yeah, it's a void base. It's like void base retro casual erasure. So he doesn't just delete objects and stuff, but just like their history, their memories, and relevance to existence, basically. Like, even, like, the Apex Council fears this person because of how broken his ability is. And it's infinite. His range is infinite in theory, too. So, he could probably affect, like, different, like, global locations. No wonder you've never heard of it. Sounds like something from the Isle of Armor. Yeah, Pokemon Conquest. MC's default is a male Draken or Draken. I think Draken, right? Or no, wouldn't it be like Drake and then Kin, maybe? I don't know. He was adopted by Luca's family, who live on land with. Is it Draken or Draken? Which pronunciation is it? The first one or Draken? Like A or Ak? Even though the Sharkin and Draken are at war, MC's family dresses him up in dresses and kind of bullies him as crazy. Especially Luca's older twin sisters, they're ruthless. You can say either, to be honest. When you made the name, you thought the dragon. You thought of dragon instead of Drake. Ah, gotcha. Let me see. The twin sisters are ruthless. MC gets no huzz because the dragon at school think it's weird. He's in love with the Sharkin. Or no, he lives with Sharkin. He lives with Sharkin. I picked up fast. But yeah. Oh yeah, the main setting that it takes place in, that Velborn takes place in, is shoot. It's called Echelon City. That's the primary setting. Alright. But enough of that. Maybe I'll make a video where I explain more of this, like, universe and stuff like that. Maybe. But I'm gonna end it. I went way longer than I thought I would have. I didn't expect to. Oh my god, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Sheesh. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm gonna end it. Stream tomorrow. If I do stream tomorrow, it's probably going to be. If I do stream tomorrow, it will most likely be. What do you call it? It's gonna be. I think I'm gonna do Dynamax adventures with viewers. You know, get some shiny legendaries while we're at it. You know, switch it up. You know, instead of playing Scarlet and Violet all the time, we can switch it up maybe. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, of course. You know, leave a like, of course. Subscribe if you guys are brand new. Trying to get to my goal of 1,800 by the end of the month. I'm so positive we can do it. If you guys want to stay connected with me, links to my socials are in the description down below, along with my Discord, my Patreon, and my podcast, of course. So be sure to check those out. I love you all, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Only chill, Army. Wait, no. Stay chill, Army. I forgot my whole outro. That's how out of it I am right now.